And here it is, right here. We go again. Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. One man went to mow. Here it is, right here. We go again. Here it is, right here. That thing that we do round about this time, happening exactly at this time. If you are available, avail yourself of the session. It never stops. Do you stop? One man went to mow. The eagle has landed.
Water, only water. Water, only water. Where they see ma. Water, 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 water. Water, only water. Where they see ma. Hapa o naido. Hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mùrè o. Ilé ṣọ́díyà kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mùrè o. Bobby Master kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mùrè o. Chief Wáìlà tí kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mùrè o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mùdé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mùdódò jàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosoname ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosodunke ẹyẹ rẹ̀ ó dilé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní ríwà gbéṣe o.
And there it is right there. That powerful prayer by the Kegite. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní ríwà gbéṣe. So there it is right there. Ikú kò ní ríwà gbéṣe, Yoruba language. In translation, may death have nothing to do with us. So that is the potency of that prayer. Ikú kò ní ríwà gbéṣe. As guys, I bring you this. Nigeria government asks international allies to confiscate IPOB assets. So now this is coming off the back of that narrative that came on stream yesterday about the United Kingdom possibly designating IPOB as a terror organization. The United Kingdom rather have quickly come out to debunk that particular narrative, but that has not prevented the Buhari administration from straddling that particular storyline to now push the international community to weigh against IPOB. Nigerian government asked international allies to confiscate IPOB assets. So quite what is in play there, we find out shortly. So now this is a story that we tackled here a few days ago. Treachery in Igbo land. Southeast leaders summon Chief Uwazuriake for endorsing Governor Yaya Bello. So it wasn't even just an endorsement. It was like a parade, like a gala to celebrate this guy's declaration of his intentions to run for the Nigerian presidency. This guy being the rascal from Kogi State, he went then to Owerri to go and seek the support of Uwazuriake. And not only did Uwazuriake endorse him, he rolled his boys out on the streets of Owerri, waving placards, chanting noise, all in support of Yaya Bello. This too much for the Easterners to stomach. As again, Southeast leaders summoned Chief Uwazuriake for endorsing Governor Yaya Bello. So the endorsement of Yaya Bello by the Yellow Gary Mountain guy from Igbo land. So what is in play there? We find out shortly. How International Criminal Court prosecutor can place how International Criminal Court prosecutor can place politics with atrocities committed in Nigeria. refuses to meet victims. Christian Association of Nigeria, so CAN, of course, one of the lead functionaries of the International Criminal Court, a QC, a Queen's Counsel, which is a senior lawyer, he visits the Nigerian state, but he's parleys with Buhari, having all these gala events and dinners at Aso Rock, and being corseted and cotton wool and cocooned and enraptured within that narrative. And of course, dollars would have exchanged hands. Karim Khan, of course, being a Muslim, Buhari being an Islamist, atrocities committed, but he now giving them a pass. This is what seems to be the case. The Christian Association of Nigeria recoils from this, how International Criminal Court Prosecutor Khan plays politics with atrocities committed in Nigeria, refuses to meet victims, Christian Association of Nigeria. So quite what is in play there, we find out shortly. This we find out shortly as well. Ex-House of Representatives Speaker Dimeji Bankole joins 2023 presidential race, picks 100 million naira form. So one man and his dog. Very soon I'll send my dog Bingo to the secretariat in Abuja to go and pick up a form for itself. You know, because of course, if every dog is in the race, then why shouldn't my dog be in the race as well? So I'll send my dog to go pick up the APC forms. A dog, of course, almost certainly a better candidate than Malam Buhari, will make a better president than Malam Buhari. What a shame. Reactions as Southeast leaders barred from meeting Buhari seat on bare floor. So this is something that we dealt with somewhat yesterday, how the Easterners were just dismissed out of hand by Malam Buhari. Their senior monarchs then going to Ebonyi Abakaliki to go and meet with the Aboki from Daura to try and persuade him to release their son. And instead of meeting them to listen to their pleas, the Aboki made them sit with a maid guard outside. What a shame. Reactions as Southeast leaders barred from meeting Buhari, sit on bare floor. So that's the menu. So kick back, lean back, take it easy, relax into it. The usual protocols are click on the like button, of course. Click on the subscribe button as well. Haven't done both clicking, then just surrender yourself to the space as we take you on a wild roller coaster ride. But before we straddle the session fully, let's come in via what is tradition, the Eastern Quarters, and another Python dance.
Onyedu Ipob, Omeriwo Nindizu, Oniroya, Abakare, Mama Daora, Olabori Meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Olabori Meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2. Na Python dance 3. Unabori Meri Nandi bu Onyedu Ipob, Omeriwo Nindizu, Oniroya, Abakare, Mama Daora, Unabori Meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2. Now Python dance 3. Unabori Meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2. Now Python dance 3. Unabori Meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2. Now Python dance 3. Unabori Meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2. Now Python dance 3. Unabori Meri Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2. Now Python dance 3. Unabori Meri Nandi.
And there you heard it. They never give it up. The dulcet tones of our cousins from the East. In defiance, Nnamdi wins the war, they insist. Nnamdi wins the war. As guys, I bring you this. Nigerian government asks international allies to confiscate IPOB assets. The Nigerian government on Friday evening asked the United Kingdom and allies of the African country in the West to confiscate assets belonging to members and funders of the outlawed Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB. Correspondents report that in a statement by presidential spokesman Garba Shehu, the United Kingdom and other foreign countries were told to seize IPOB resources, close their communication channels, and sanction the issuance of visas to IPOB funders in Nigeria. IPOB, led by British Nigerian citizen Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB, led by British Nigerian citizen Nnamdi Kanu, is agitating for an independent nation of Biafra. We rely on our allies in the West for their support, Shehu said. IPOB's and its 5,000-strong paramilitary units' reign of terror has seen villages butchered, school buses set alight, and politicians' homes bombed. Through their international network of radio and television stations, they have threatened further violence if their demands are not met, whilst inciting violence and religious and ethnic tension between Nigerian Christians and Muslim populations. Their mouthpiece and their wallet are their most effective tools. It is these assets Nigeria's allies must target next, and there is no time for complacency. So that is Garba Shehu right there, seizing the moment. True or false, the headline that the United Kingdom had designated IPOB as a terror organization. He seizes that moment in time to pressure the international community to weigh against IPOB. Will they hearken to his call? Only time will tell. 2023, Southeast leaders summoned Chief Uwazuriake for endorsing Governor Yaya Bello. The Igbo Elders Consultative Forum have summoned a leader of the movement for the actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra, Masob, Chief Ralph Uwazuriake, to explain his alleged decision to betray the Igbo cause for the presidency. This comes days after Masob leader endorsed Governor Yaya Bello of Kogi State for the 2023 presidency. Correspondents report that the Masob leader had agreed to appear before the Igbo elders to give reasons why he should not be punished for his action. Last Saturday, Uwazuriake, who is also the leader of the Biafra Independent Movement, BIM, downplayed the call for a Nigerian president of Igbo extraction. Uwazuriake said he did not believe in the idea of Igbo presidency, stressing that such should be discarded. He had, however, thrown his weight behind the presidential aspiration of Bello, saying he did not believe in zoning and power rotation. Uwazuriake urged Nigerians to shun zoning because it had no place in the country's constitution. According to Uwazuriake, zoning leads to sectionalism of some regions of the country. He had said, "I don't believe in the idea of zoning system or Igbo president because zoning means sectionalism." According to Uwazuriake, if Nigeria's sovereignty must be upheld, zoning should be discarded. If we want to talk about Nigeria, we must throw the presidential contest open, but if you throw it open, it must be for the youths, not elders, because the elders have failed us. A source in IECF told correspondents that Uwazuriake had agreed to honor the invitation of Igbo elders. The source said, "Anyway, we are handling it. We have invited him for questioning and he has agreed to come, and he may face serious punishment if he doesn't show remorse and give valid defense." A former governor of Old Anambra State, Chief Chukwuemeka Ezeife, and former chairman of Police Service Commission, Simon Okeke, popularly called Ochendo, were the persons who went and released Uwazuriake from prison. They are the leaders of IECF. They brought him out of prison. He has agreed to appear before the Igbo elders. So there it is right there. Money politics is the politics of Nigeria. Uwazuriake doesn't necessarily want Yaya Bello. It doesn't care at all about Yaya Bello in any way or inflection, but he does care about the $10 million that Yaya Bello gave him. And for that $10 million, he has to work, and he has worked, abandoning his own ethnicity, endorsing a criminal from Kogi State. And that is the politics of Nigeria. How International Criminal Court Prosecutor Khan plays politics with atrocities committed in Nigeria, refuses to meet victims. Christian Association of Nigeria. The Christian Association of Nigeria has expressed its displeasure at the prosecutor of the International Criminal Court, Karim Khan, QC, over his recent visit to Nigeria. In a statement issued by Khan President, Reverend Samson Ayokunle, the Christian body said it had written to the office of the prosecutor twice last year and had gotten no response. Christian Association of Nigeria said the prosecutor visited Nigeria and never deemed it necessary to inform the Christian body, alleging that Khan engaged in political games and was unwilling to engage with victims of atrocities in the Nigerian society, the group said. The Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, is profoundly disturbed about the recent visit of the prosecutor of the International Criminal Court, Mr. Karim Khan QC, to Nigeria last week. We wrote to Mr. Khan twice last year, attempting to engage with his office on behalf of Christian victims of religious violence in Nigeria and expressing concerns about the proceedings to date. To this day, we have not had any response. Mr. Khan failed to make any contact with us before. Mr. Khan failed to make any contact with us before, during, or after his visit to Abuja. To our consternation, we found out about his visit in the media. It appears that this prosecutor engages in political games and is unwilling to engage with victims of atrocity, let alone Christian ones. He has disrespected victims, and we are obliged to speak out about it. The government of Nigeria has not issued a formal statement about the visit, but Mr. Khan issued a statement about his visit on the 22nd of April 2022. We therefore address ourselves to this and will make 7 brief observations. At the International Criminal Court, the situation of Nigeria has, since the 11th of December 2020, been in limbo between the closing of the parliamentary examination stage and the making of a request for leave to open an investigation. There is a great deal of explaining to be done for this state of affairs. Yet Mr. Khan only met with members of the government of Nigeria and seems not to have discussed this. We note that at least one of the individuals that he met has been identified to the prosecutor's office as a potential candidate for prosecution. Mr. Khan is clearly playing a political game and is prioritizing relations with the government of Nigeria. Christian Association of Nigeria is dismayed that the word victim only appeared twice in a statement, and both times they were in bland stock phrases. This is no accident. It reveals that this prosecutor is not interested in standing up for victims of atrocity, but trying to unburden himself of the Nigerian situation. We note the peculiarity of the prosecutor of the International Criminal Court. We note the peculiarity of the prosecutor of the International Criminal Court in the Nigerian context that, as I have repeatedly stated, the meaningful realization of the vision set out in the statute can only be achieved by deepening cooperation and finding common ground wherever possible, even in difficult circumstances. Mr. Khan's predecessor took 10 years, November 2010 to December 2020 to decide that she will seek leave from the pre-trial chamber to open an investigation into Nigeria. The excuse she gave for this long delay was that this was due to the priority given by my office in supporting the Nigerian authorities in investigating and prosecuting these crimes domestically. In the final months of her tenure, the then prosecutor finally gave up and determined that the Nigerian authorities had been inactive in relation to their complementarity responsibility, and she was forced to seek leave to open an investigation because of the absence of relevant proceedings, or where proceedings are asserted to have been conducted, the information available did not demonstrate any tangible, concrete, and progressive steps by the authorities to address allegations against members of the Nigerian security forces. This was on the 11th of December 2020. On the 20th of April 2022, nearly a year after his appointment, we have the spectacle of Mr. Khan showing up in Nigeria, trying to revive his predecessor's failed attempts to get Nigeria to meet its complementary obligations. Two prosecutors of the International Criminal Court have now been colluding with the government of Nigeria to use the principle of complementarity to evade their own responsibilities in the face of international crime, and to deny justice to the victims of religious and other violence in Nigeria. Mr. Khan's statement tells us about what he and his office have done on Nigeria since 2020, possibly because they have done absolutely nothing. Where is the application to the pre-trial chamber to open an investigation? How is it that Mr. Khan has been willing to leapfrog the situations of the Philippines and Venezuela over Nigeria, applying for leave to the court's judges to open investigations? These situations came under the prosecutor's radar years after Nigeria went into pre-examination. Yes, after Nigeria went into preliminary examination. How is it that Ukraine has jumped the queue too? Why is the matter of capacity constraints and operational capacity due to overextended resources referred to in the prosecutor's statement of the 11th of December 2020 only applicable to Nigeria and not the Philippines, Venezuela, and Ukraine? What is going on here? For years now, our Christian community has borne the brunt of the religious violence in this country. We have, in a communication that has been ignored by the prosecutor, pointed out flaws in the approach taken by his predecessor in relation to Nigeria. These flaws are the result of profound misunderstanding of the role of religion in the violence that has engulfed this country. In the time that the two prosecutors of the International Criminal Court have been leisurely considering the Nigerian situation, a conservative estimate of the number of Christians who have lost their lives because of their religious identity would be more than 25,000. The number of Christians killed for their faith, let me say how much more of this goes on and on, but let me abandon it there because there's still a third more of what I've just read to read. But essentially, you get the gist of what they are saying. The prosecutor general, the Muslim prosecutor general of the International Criminal Court, is colluding with the religious jihadist Malam Buhari to continue to weigh against the Nigerian Christian. This is the position that is being fleshed out by the Christian Association of Nigeria. Ex-House of Representatives Speaker Deji Bankole joins 2023 presidential race, picks 100 million naira form. Deji Bankole, a former Speaker of the House of Representatives, has obtained the All Progressive Congress APC presidential expression of interest and nomination forms. The former speaker obtained the forms worth 100 million naira through Aliyu Shinkafi, a former governor of Zamfara State. The former governor led a delegation to the International Conference Center in Abuja, where the forms were obtained. In 2019, Bankole contested as the governorship candidate of the Action Democratic Party. He, however, joined the APC in March 2021. The former speaker has joined the long list of hopefuls seeking to clinch the party's presidential ticket ahead of the 2023 presidential poll. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo Bola Tinubu, Rotimi Amechi, Tunde Bakari, Ken Namani, etc., the usual rogue list. Also, 3 support groups backing Godwin Emefiele, governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, has purchased the forms for him. The party's presidential primary is scheduled to hold between the 30th of May and the 1st of June. So there it is right there. TikTok. So there it is right there. They've extended till Monday. So now everybody picking up a form. So this now the last readout. What a shame. Reactions as Southeast leaders barred from meeting Buhari sit on bare floor. So we played a video clip of this yesterday. But the reactions continue to come thick and fast. Nigerians on social media have reacted to the video of some traditional rulers and Southeast leaders sitting on the bare floor after they were barred from a meeting with President Muhammad Buhari in Ebonyi State. Correspondents report that Buhari met with Ohaneze in Igbo and other stakeholders today, May the 6th. During the meeting, which held at the new Exco Chamber, Government House Abakaliki, some traditional rulers and elders were prevented from entering the venue of the meeting. The video shared online captured the traditional rulers sitting outside in their attire whilst the meeting was ongoing. So here is the reaction to some of the reactions below. So here are some of the reactions. I am Chukwi. This is what they wrote. They no fit do northerners this thing, no, but see Igbo people, omo, them no like us for this Nigeria at all. This is Korede Lagos. It says it may not be true. I was at an event that President Obasanjo attended years back. The moment he entered the hall, the auditorium was shut. It is protocol. Could be the same in this instance. This is a Calamix boy. It says, what a shame. Harrison Blinks says, that is very nice. They should go back to their people and encourage them to vote for a better candidate, not to collect money from politicians or these traditional rulers, Sabi. Niger Rich Kids says, were they scheduled to meet with him like Ohaneze, or they just went there on their own accord, hoping for the best? Or they just went there on their own accord, hoping for the best. But whichever way and whatever it was, it's not good optics. It's not good optics, and the reaction recalls from it. So Ajale Koko, we see you. Thomas, we see you. Let's go first to Ajale Koko then. Ajale Koko, we discussed this at some length yesterday, but I don't think we quite got to sample your opinion. Did you see the clip of the Igbo elders being made to sit outside with the Megad?
Yes, I saw it.
Yes. So the reactions continue. I thought it was just going to be a flash in the pan story, but people are not letting it go. They just feel it's just a bad look. And I agree it's a bad look, Ajale Koko.
Yeah. Good morning, one man. Good afternoon over there. Thomas,
yeah, good afternoon. Yeah.
Thomas, how are you? Let me urge our listeners, please, wherever you are joining us or you are with us right now, please click on the like button or your thumbs up. You can share this session as well to your friends. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe accordingly. Look, one man is we don't know what really happened, but according to the report, it looked like they are not scheduled to be there, and that's why they were shot outside. And I don't know the reason for them to be there in the first place if they are not invited. However, if they were invited and they were not allowed in, then we have to we have to blame the protocol officers in charge of that venue. So who are we to blame in this respect? We have to blame the governors and the his protocol officer for not, particularly the protocols officer for not doing their job well. Traditional leaders should not be treated like that. It's so shameful. It's not good at all. And I want to believe that they are invited, because I don't see any reason why they will just.
They are too senior to do Mogbomo branch now. They are too senior to just turn up.
Yes, I don't think they will just leave their palaces and just go to a particular place where they're not invited. I don't think so. So it's very shameful. We have to blame the governors, protocols officers, and those in charge of venue for not doing a good job. And at this point,
I agree with you, but do we blame the monarchs somewhat as well? So fair enough, they may have been invited, and one of the commentators on that piece, they were saying that they went to an event that as soon as Obasanjo stepped in, they shut the place down for reasons of security. So that might also be in play. But should they have just been hanging around? It looks as though they were hanging around to collect, should they be hanging around in that manner? A monarch sitting on bare floor, in the fullness of his regalia of office. Should they get some of the blame as well, the Igbo monarchs?
Yes, they should get some of the blame. And why I've said that is that since the door has been shut against them, what they supposed to have done is just to leave that venue immediately. Because when the door is shut, what are they waiting? What are they hanging around for? They are, respectable people at their own, by their own right and by the position they occupy. When a venue of where they are invited to come is not open for them to come in, I mean, they should just they ought to have left and just forget about it. They don't have to. They shouldn't have hung around and be sitting on the floor like somebody waiting to beg for alms.
That's the look, isn't it?
Yes.
They wanted that dollar come what may,
Yeah, I don't know why their presence is so important. If it's so important and they shut the door, you don't have to wait. They don't have to just hang around there like, nobody, But now that this thing is in the news, I wish the governor can come out and apologize to them and apologize to their people and invite all of them for a meeting and, to change the perspective of the people in their community and all of us that have seen this shameful act. The governor should do something, apologize, then invite them and, do some fortune with them and apologize publicly. That
because a monarch is not just one man, no, it's a people. It's a people. A monarch is a people. It's not just the man that wears the crown.
Yeah. So I wish they are listening to us and they can listen to our advice. The governor should act immediately, invite them. I mean, first of all, apologize publicly to them and then invite them, do some fortune talk and apologize and then treat them right. And that's the only way to close it and say that this will not happen again. to any of their monarch in that state. That is the only way to close this matter, because this is very shameful. It's not good at all for our traditional chief, monarch and leaders to be treated like this. It's bad.
All right, I concur with that. So I concur with that, but Adanle Koko, now we did this story yesterday about the United Kingdom designating IPOB as a terror organization. The United Kingdom has subsequently come out to debunk that, but that has not prevented Garba Shehu from trying to straddle that storyline to invite the international community to weigh against IPOB. Nigeria government asks the international allies to confiscate IPOB assets. So what are you making of this call, trying to use the opportunity of that storyline, but more to it? Is this a call that should be hearkened to by the international community? Because for all intents and purposes, this is a violent group that is ravaging and savaging. So should they cut off their finances and seize their assets internationally? So what are you making of the call? And of course, the person making the call as well, Adanle Koko.
In this report now, you said United Kingdom, came out and
they debunked the story.
So what is the true position now?
So the United Kingdom, they've changed their policy and immigration system somewhat. From one year ago, it's been favorable to IPOB, but now not favorable so much. They have put them under the International Refugee Convention, and anybody that is identified as being a member or has committed a violent act, they should be precluded. So they've tightened the regulation somewhat around especially IPOB members, and they reference in their write-up that the IPOB was designated was a proscribed group in Nigeria, and there are several examples of it being a violent group. So that was in their write-up, but they did not outrightly say that they are listing it as a terror organization. So, but that was what made the headlines. So that's as firming up of position against IPOB somewhat was then interpreted as the United Kingdom designating it as a terror group. So they came to clarify that. But off the back of that story, Garba Shehu is now asking that whatever, just at the United Kingdom, he mentioned as a standalone, and by extension, international Western allies, that they should seize the assets of both IPOB, their communication assets, and their broadcast assets, and the assets of their funders, because those are their most effective tools. So he's now asking that the assets seize IPOB's assets and the assets of their sponsors off the back of that story that broke yesterday.
Okay. Now that United Kingdom have clarified their position, Garba Shehu, we know what they represent. We know what their government represents. Government that lies, government that misinformed, government of carries out propaganda. So that is what Garba Shehu is doing. Continue to misinform the world, carry out propaganda and continue to lie, even though that these people have clarified their position that they didn't prescribe IPOB or prescribe them as a terrorist organization. But my own fear now about this move by United Kingdom is that what is this action going to lead to? What is the future implication of the action they have taken now, that IPOB members will not enjoy that asylum? They're going to group them with they are placing restriction on IPOB members. You know, what is the implication of this, long-time implication of this? That is what we should be worried about.
I think the blame for the change in position of the United Kingdom has to go to the unknown gunmen, because that unknown gunmen narrative, you've seen all the headlines that is coming under that organization or that group's banner. So all of this, of course, being monitored internationally, and they are categorizing it as part of the overall, because they did a sequencing. They sequenced when IPOB started. They told us that they transmuted into a paramilitary in December 2020, and then they said they are established, you know, acts of violence against communities that is attributable to that overall narrative. So they had no choice. The activities of the unknown gunmen essentially is what propelled the United Kingdom to take a tougher stance.
Yes. Now that they have taken a tougher stance, IPOB International need to come out and put their position before the world, what they really stand for. They have to change this perspective. They have to, you know, convince the world that they are not terrorist organization. They have to debunk this Nigerian narrative describing them as a terrorist organization. They have to come out and convince international community that they are not terrorist organization. I know IPOB International have filed petition against international bodies, against Nigerian state. They have to come out with evidences to prove, to convince international community that Nigeria is a state that terrorize the people of Nigeria, particularly Igbo people. They have to come out clear. They don't have to allow Nigeria position to overshadow their own position. If it is necessary for them to hire an expert, and if it is necessary for them to hire a public relation expert and organization to help them in this directive, they have to stand up. Because if they don't do it right now, the restriction against IPOB members could extend beyond United Kingdom, could extend to some allies like United States and some other Western nations, and that is going to be disastrous. But now it is only United Kingdom that is acting. Have to change the narrative. They have to change the narrative completely. They have to come out strongly against Nigerian state, pull forward their own position, pull forward the atrocities that Nigerian state have committed against Igbo people and what they really stand for and what they are doing in protection of Igbo people, not only in Nigeria, even around the world. So they have a duty. Now they have to stand up strongly and overrun Nigerian position, because this action of British is giving Nigerian state the strength against them, and they must not let it extend further. IPOB International have responsibility now to stand up, to change the narrative and position themselves well before the international community. They are not terrorists. They are not terrorist organization, but rather an organization fighting for justice, fighting for equality, fighting for fairness, and fighting against Nigerian state brutality against Igbo people. They have all evidences to prove the extrajudicial killing in the eastern Nigeria and all the atrocity that the army have done. And they have to link it with international, what do you call the position of, what is the name of this international organization called? This
ICC?
No, this
no, Amnesty.
Amnesty. Amnesty have described Nigeria as one of the worst places that extrajudicial killing is committed in the world. Nigeria is one of the worst countries where extrajudicial killing is committed, and they have to bring out fact where all this atrocity of Nigerian state is committed in the East. They have to position, they have to bring it out strongly against Nigerian state. They must not rest. Otherwise, this thing could lead from Britain to United States and other Western world. They must not rest. This is the time for IPOB International to come and do a good job in image making, to do a good image making for their organization. They need to hire experts in this direction, particularly some public relation organization in the United States, to start doing that job for them. That is the only way to save them. If not, Britain, we know what Britain does. They like one leg in, one leg out. They want to stay in the middle as if they don't want to offend anybody, but at a particular time, they will swing. They cannot abandon Nigerian state. Britain cannot do it. That one is for sure. But now the game they are playing, they want to pacify Nigerian state a little bit due to for some reason that is best known to them, and they don't want to do as if they abandon IPOB. But the direction they are going, we know that they will lean fully to Nigerian state side in the long run. So, but now IPOB has responsibility to come out strongly. They need to hire public relations organization from United States to start packaging them and start promoting them as organization fighting for the protection and fighting for justice for Igbo people. You know, that's the way I see it.
All right, thank you, John Lekoko. So, still talking about the international space, the International Criminal Court lead prosecutor, Karim Khan, he visited Nigeria recently. So now, a lot of excitement should be that he visited Nigeria, but that's petered out to disappointment. So he visited Nigeria, he went to Abuja, Aso Rock, and he was having all of these gala events with Buhari and telling him how wonderful he is. So this is off the backdrop of two petitions that have been sent to that organization by the Christian Association of Nigeria, pointing out the somewhat religious cleansing that is going on in Nigeria, superintended by, of course, the Malam in charge of the country. But this Karim Khan, of course, he's a Muslim as well. He's completely disregarded. He never even paid attention both to the victims, to the atrocities, and any of that. All he spoke about was how wonderful the rehabilitation of the Boko Haram insurgents are, and that is the good template for the world. So the Christian Association of Nigeria, they said they were not even aware of his visit until they heard in the media. They have two petitions dating back years, countless examples of atrocities, and this guy comes to Nigeria to give Buhari a pass. So what are you then making then of this QC that seems to be playing politics with people's lives?
Look, let me get it right. You said this International Christian Association came to Nigeria. And
no, the International Criminal Court prosecutor.
Oh, okay.
He came to Nigeria. So the ICC. So that's the body that IPOB, Odua Nation, Christian Association, everybody, they have petitions against the Buhari administration. the Christian Association Against the Religious Cleansing that they identify, all the other organizations against all the atrocities that they have identified. So they've all sent their petitions to the International Criminal Court. Now, the lead prosecutor of the International Criminal Court visits Abuja, did not at all speak to the atrocities, did not make any attempt to meet the victims or to get a balanced view, and he endorsed Buhari and gave him a pass. So this is what the Christian Association of Nigeria is recoiling against. Coincidentally, you may say just it's a coincidence, but the lead prosecutor, of course, he being a Muslim as well from Pakistan.
Look, Christian Association, IPOB, Yoruba Nation, and other organizations that filed petition against International Criminal Court should come out should file another petition. If separate, jointly, because this man, visited Nigeria. So all of them should file a joint petition against this barbaric and irresponsible act of this man. If he, just like you said, as he visited Nigeria and it's given a pass mark to the administration, that shows that he has taken side. A prosecutor should not romance accuse when in the course of carrying out his investigation. There's nothing wrong that he visited Nigeria. Good enough is he met the government official. He ought to have met others as well. Christian Association, IPOB, Yoruba Nation, he ought to have met them as well. And, if truly is carrying out his official, if it's on official assignment to Nigeria. So, but for
he must get a balanced view now. How can you go to Aso Rock, get their template and then publish that as a position?
Yes. So it is this is not good enough. And those organizations that already filed petition against Nigeria should file a joint petition against the action of this man. And if there's anything that they can do, they should consult their lawyer and take action against him. It shows that he's taking side. He shouldn't take side against the accused. I've never seen this kind of thing happen before. And, a lot of people will read so many meaning to it, particularly like what you just said is from Pakistan. And Pakistan is a Muslim country. Is he trying to protect a Muslim-led government in Nigeria? Is that what he's trying to do? So Christian Association should, if possible, they can, consult with Christian international bodies, and register their displeasure, dissatisfaction against this action of this man. Maybe the Christian international body can take it up from there against this shameful act demonstrated by this prosecutor. He has not acted well. What did he come to do in Nigeria? He come to see the president. Is he on a private visit or an official visit? If he's on
in his capacity now, even on a private visit, he shouldn't be visiting Buhari when there's so many allegations against him.
So it's just this is barbaric. Christian Association should liaise with Christian international body, they should file petition. This action by this man is shameful, is barbaric, and it should be condemned. Christian association, they should consult with Christian international body to file a petition against this man. This man fit for no purpose. It should be brought down. So it should be brought down. It should be put to shame. His action now call for questioning against the organization. Can we get justice from this organization? It doesn't look like that. Can we get justice? It doesn't look like that. So, and what is the essence of having that organization in the first place if we cannot get justice for the brutalization and, you know, an extrajudicial killing of our people, Christians in Nigeria, and what we have seen in the East, and what is being committed against Yoruba people in the West as well. So this is, you know, a crime against humanity. That is what Nigerian states are committed against Nigerian people.
Nigeria has filed petitions with the ICC going back as far back as 2010. And what the ICC then said was that they're going to support the Nigerian government to prosecute those allegations domestically first, but then the Nigerian government has failed. So the push to have those prosecutions take effect has been relentless. So they've now forced them to the point that they have requested that their judges open an investigation. But in the process of requesting that the judges open an investigation, the person that was the prosecutor then, her tenure ended, and this Khan came in. So this Khan has now gone back to where that lady started to request that the Nigerian government domestically address the allegations. But then in the course of that, they've had incidents in Venezuela, which they've quickly accelerated to open an investigation. They've had incidents in the Philippines, which they've quickly accelerated to open an investigation. At record speed, they've opened investigation as to what is going on in the Ukraine. So all of these things, they've happened subsequently after the Nigerian allegations have been, as petitions have been filed. So is this racism that is at play? Or is the lives of the Philippine more important than the lives of a Nigerian, a Venezuelan, and Ukrainian?
That is why I am saying Khan as a very strong religious body, Christian Association of Nigeria, should liaise with Christian Association in the world, the most powerful one. What this man is playing, is he doing it on the basis of religion? Is he doing it on the basis of discrimination? Or what is it, or has he been bribed? This is what we need to know. If we have a world organization that is meant, you know, to investigate, you know, crime against humanity, and is romancing with the accused government, it's very shameful. It's very, very shameful. Yes.
You see, there is something I just wanted to chip in here. You see, I don't blame this man, this ICC, you know, prosecutor. I don't blame him, because he is following in line with the body language that he is getting, both from Nigerian government and the international religious bodies. Since the time these things are happening, Nigeria has I think the largest Catholic, you know, followers in Africa. What has Pope done? Since the time Kuka has been shouting, what has the Pope, that is the president overall, the overseer, the GO of the Catholic you know, religion in the world, in a country where they have the highest number of Catholics in Africa? The man has not spoken. These guys has been killed all the time. Churches raised down, but worshippers killed, children raped. All kinds of atrocities has been committed against the Christians, especially in the north. The pastors or the reverend fathers over there has been crying. Where is the voice of the Pope, the Jew of Catholic? So if the man is not talking, then why do you expect that the counterpart who is now in religion, who is now the this ICC prosecutor, the chairman also, will speak? He will not. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So there it is. Yes.
Yeah, I think you are right, and that's why I'm saying that Khan should liaise with Vatican, another religious organization. I believe that Khan works with some congressmen in the United States, and maybe they need to push up their case. They need to get some of these strong churches, Pentecostal churches in America as well. They have to bring this situation to their bearing and see what way they can help, because we must not give up. This is not, is it, and do we, what is it playing out here? Is there international conspiracy against all that filed petition, Yoruba Nation, IPOB, and CAN? Is there any international conspiracy against it by the Western world, or what is going on? We have to know. If Western world is colluding against the interests of ICAN, Yoruba Nation, and they are the one supporting Nigeria to continue to violate international law. We want to know. We just have to, but the big step is for CAN to liaise with international Christian organization, and then make a big noise about it and expose this man. He has not acted well, and is very, very shameful.
All right, thank you, John Lekoko. So let's go to the east, and this somewhat you were here when we were discussing Ralph Uwazuriake, who endorsed Yaya Bello as for president. Not only did he endorse Yaya Bello, he said he does not believe in the idea of an Eastern president. Completely left field, because if you have any permutations in politics in Nigeria, you will never think of an association between Ralph Uwazuriake, the founder of Masob, one of the earliest birthings of Biafraism, as a hard-stepping, studied Igboist, endorsing Yaya Bello. So and that goes against the narrative coming out of the East that is the presidency or nothing, and it has to be an Igbo one. So the Igbo elders, they recall from this somewhat treachery, and they've invited Ralph Uwazuriake to come and account for his actions. So he's saying he's going to meet them to defend himself. But what sort of defense can Ralph Uwazuriake have to endorse Yaya Bello and to poo-poo the idea of an Igbo president, he being a lead Biafran?
Yeah, look, that guy has stated clearly his position. He said he doesn't believe in rotational president, and he said it clear. It's not in Nigerian constitution. Is he right? Yes, he's right. He said he's going for the person he believes in that can do the job. Does he have the right to do that? Yes, he has the right. He has the constitutional right to support anybody that he wants to support. I don't know the reason for them to call a meeting with him. And do those elders really know what they are doing? I don't think they know. What is Uwazuriake.
But Ralph Uwazuriake is a lead Igbo name, Igbo voice now, and the whole Igbo voice, they are clamoring for president of Igbo extraction. So if he is breaking ranks, then that starts to hemorrhage that it is going against the popular will now, and they want to streamline him.
How relevant is he politically in Igbo land? Is it relevant?
I'm not sure politically, but in terms of public view, he commands, he has a voice, and that voice has a following. So, you know.
His voice cannot achieve anything. His voice is just a voice of a noisemaker. They should just leave him alone and let him be making noise. His voice cannot translate into vote for whoever is supporting. Will Igbo people support Yaya Bello? No. What is wrong with these elders? They call themselves elders. Are they really elders? Do they really know what they are doing? I don't think so. They are just making this guy look relevant, as if he have a strength. He's going to use this their action to even position himself before Yaya Bello. That look, they know my strength. That is why you can see them. They're shaking now, and they're going to use that to make more money from Yaya Bello. They should just leave this guy alone. He commands no political structure. He commands no political follower. It's just a noisemaker. It's just the name that he got. The name being a former Igbo nation or Biafra nation agitator. But when it comes to real politics and the political structure in Igbo land, he have none. They should just leave him alone. I don't support their action for saying they are inviting him.
But why would he endorse Yaya Bello? Why would he endorse Yaya Bello? Ralph,
the guy went for money, man. The guy is money, man. And what are you talking about, man? It's money now. It's time to make money.
Almighty dollar.
Look,
almighty dollar.
One man, let me tell you, there is no business you can do in Nigeria now that you can make money other than politics. Which business is thriving in Nigeria? Tell me now. There is none. All businesses are closing down. Inflation is killing all businesses in Nigeria. We read it here yesterday. Aviation industry will collapse because of fuel, aviation fuel that is not available. Diesel price is 800. Most companies are closing down. Small scale industry are closing down because cost of diesel is killing their business. They cannot run their business successfully. They cannot run, they cannot achieve their production capacity at the cost that they buy fuel, diesel. No business is work in Nigeria. No business. So this guy have opportunity to make money. Will somebody say he should not go and make money when he has no other thing he's doing? What does he do? I don't know. I don't know his profession. No. Maybe he's a lawyer. Maybe I don't know. Maybe anybody on this platform know what that guy does for living. But now he's seeing opportunity to make money, to take some of the looted money from Yaya Bello. Some people want to stop him. He's not going to listen to. He has told them on what he believes in. They can't stop. He's not going to listen to them, and there's nothing they can do for him. They should just leave him alone. All this nonsense missing, they are organizing with him. They are just making him look relevant.
But Yaya Bello is going to make currency out of that endorsement, of course, because he would now go around telling you that the lead Igbo voices support him. So he gets what he wants. He gets a big Igbo name to back him, because he really went out. He put people on the streets carrying Yaya Bello banner and chanting Yaya Bello songs. So Yaya Bello gets what he wants.
One man, let me tell you this. Yaya Bello money is working.
He's working,
Look, Yaya Bello money is working. Yaya Bello gave him money, he mobilized. Look, unemployment rate in Nigeria is high to the roof. So he can easily gather, once you have the money to give to people, before you know it, you will have thousands of people lying behind you in Nigeria, any part of Nigeria. As long as you have the money, you don't need to just look, get me. You just said, okay, I need, go and get me 100 people. This is how much I want to pay them. Before you know, people will start trooping toward you, and you give them placard. Oh yeah, let's continue. Let's showcase that we're on the ground. That is what Uwazuriake did now. Who are the people we have? There's no politician. Yeah, look, Yaya Bello is, if you look at the way Yaya Bello is running his campaign, Yaya Bello is running a campaign of propaganda that, let me pick some disgruntled people around Nigeria, people that have mouth. They don't have political structure, they don't have political follower, but they have mouth. Those are the people that you see Yaya Bello, around Yaya Bello. Like, what's the name of that our brother?
Fadika.
Yes. Yeah. Does he have any political structure? But that guy mouth is very sharp, man. He have him with him. He have Uwazuriake. He have some other disgruntled people around him making noise everywhere. It is politics, man. This guy is paying a politics of propaganda. He cannot get to nowhere, but he's trying to propagandize himself that, yes, we are forced to reckon with. We will dabaru. They are just making noise. So these elders from the East should leave this guy alone. They do not give him that relevance. He command no political structure. He command no base. He command no followers. They should just leave him alone. It's just unfortunate that the decision, they have not done good at all. I disagree with them completely.
All right. So Ajale Koko, yesterday, Solly was informing me that as much as 26 people have picked up the APC presidential nomination and expression of interest forms, all at 100 million naira each. But it's now 27 people. Dimeji Bankole, the former Speaker of the House of Representatives, he joined the APC just as early as last year, and very quickly picks up their presidential nomination form. So Dimeji Bankole for president, what are you making of it? The last thing I remember of this guy was that he was being chased for money stolen. So Dimeji Bankole, another one.
That one is a joke. Now we have 3 presidential aspirants in Ogun State. How does that sound to you, woman?
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
It's just ridiculous. What is wrong? What is wrong with these people?
You know, EFCC came out to say they will probe these people buying the forms.
Just forget about that. That's one I'm just talking nonsense. Where are they all this while? Why haven't they been probed? Don't forget.
And why is he not probing his uncle, Malami, that is buying exotic cars?
No, don't forget about EFCC. EFCC have no. That one is just a boju to show that okay, we have what do they call it? We have an institution fighting corruption. They are not fighting anybody. How many of them have they been jailed? Forget about that one. Look, it is ridiculous. We have said it. Why these people are purchasing form? They are purchasing form so that they can use that as a bargaining chips to make money from serious candidates now and to bargain for political appointment when that candidate wins election. That is what they are all doing. So to achieve 2 purposes, to make money now from serious candidate and to use it to bargain for political appointment. That is what Dimeji Bankole and a lot of them in the race. That is why they bought the form. So it's just look. If you look at how many presidential candidates out from APC now, I think they'll be going to about 20. They are 24 now.
They're about 27 now. They're about 27.
They are 27, 20.
Yeah.
I mean, one man, for God's sake. For God's sake.
I think very soon Nigeria will be borrowing money from APC. The way they are making so much, Nigeria will.
Do you know what? Do you know how much APC is going to make from this? Because 100 million from the presidential candidate, when they are 28 now, that is 2.8 billion naira.
And that's also on the presidential candidate.
On the presidential,
the governors, that's another set of 50 million.
Their own is 50.
The senators,
and look at, do you know how many governorship aspirants they're going to have in each state of the federation? So at the end of the day, and they're going to have federal representative, they're going to have Senate. Do you know how many people that will contest for all those? So at the end of the day, they may rake in as much as maybe like 50 billion naira.
Easily.
What does that tell you? Politics is the only business that strives in Nigeria. And APC has positioned itself as the political conglomerate in Nigeria now. They have all the money to spend and to retain power and to crush all voices of dissent against their government. It is now left for the people of Nigeria to know, to either fall in line with them and follow them towards destruction, or to stand up against them and rescue the nation and take their country back from them. Look at 28. It's just shameful. Forget about Dimeji Bankole. A lot of them are just in the race for those two purposes I mentioned, to make money now from serious candidates and to use it to bargain for political appointment. That is it.
All right. So Ajale Koko, that 28 has now gone up to 29. Babati also announces Babati declares for president.
Babati.
He has just informed us.
We have our own. We have our own in the race now.
So this is it. Babati for president. He has bought his forms as well. It also. So that's Babati right there.
That's good.
So it's just it's a joke, isn't it, Ajale? It's just
it's just a joke. I mean, it's ridiculous.
A bit of me sees it as something to say that they are buying it to indicate that I am in that category of person, that I can afford it and I'm amongst the big boys. So this Dimeji Bankole, Tunde Bakare, all these kind of people, so they just want to show that they are amongst that level of Nigerian, they are willing to spend 100 million naira just to massage their ego. If you have that sort of money to use 100 million naira just to massage your ego,
the only person that is I think embarrasses himself more than any other person among them is Pastor Tunde Bakare.
He's just clowning himself, isn't he?
It just I don't know how.
Do you think it's time for the government to start auditing the accounts of these churches?
Their organizations now. Their organizations, like they are just their organizations. They by law they are recognized as non-profit organizations.
Yeah, they are
and they should be audited.
Yes.
Their accounts should be audited, and their accounts should be audited every year. And they are by definition, they are organizations like other business organizations, but they are just classified under non-profit organizations. So why should they be audited? Why? Where did he get the money from?
This is the question.
Where did Dr. Bakare get the money from? Who bought the form for him? And on what basis does he want to tell Nigerians that I want you to vote for APC? I haven't seen what APC have done for that country for their 7 years rule of Nigeria. Not governance, so 7 years rule. On what ground does he want to run his campaign that, okay, I want you to vote for APC? That is so shameful of him, and people should question him. Even the members of his church should question him that, Baba Pastor, we read in the news recently that you are struggling to pay your loan with Wema Bank and some other banks. Where did you get this money that you are using to buy form to run for political position that is not guaranteed that you will get it? Because you have no structure on the ground, you have no structure within the party. Who is behind you? How would you secure this ticket? How would you be the politician in this game to secure the ticket? So is leading his followers in the church. It's not leading his followers well. That is what this man represents. This man have always portrayed himself as pro-people, anti-bad governance, but look at what he's doing now. He's joining forces with bad governance, bad government, rather. It is just shameful of him. He's the only one I can see among them that he has acted so wrongly, shamefully, and it's so embarrassing to humanity, to us as Nigerians. It's so embarrassing because this is a man that I really love. I've been following him since 80s. This man stood strong against military rule. He never wavered against Abacha, against this thing. It's too family. But what's wrong with him? To align with this, these people are even worse than those military leadership we had them. These politicians are worse than them. Because we saw a lot of things that this military leadership did in terms of infrastructure and everything that they built. The school, our school facility was functioning well during them, if not as we like it, but it's not as deteriorated as the way it is now.
Who do you think has more credibility in terms of buying the presidential forms? Tunde Bakare or Dele Momodu? Who has any business out of the two of them? Who has a business buying presidential forms?
Dele Momodu now. Dele Momodu have a business that he runs, and the amount he bought his own form is half of what Tunde Bakare bought. I think PDP is selling their own. Is it 40 million or 45?
Yeah, 40 million. Yeah,
40 million, and he have a standing business we know that he's running that generates money for him. So Dele Momodu, I will still stand with Dele Momodu because he's running a business and we know his business, he make profit, and it's an international it's a global magazine that he runs. He make money both in naira and in dollars. So he is more genuine. But this man, this is start. Where did he get the money from? We want to know it. Which business does he run? Does he run any business? How much does the church pay him? How much does the church pay him? This is the money he's supposed to use to better the life of the poor. To give out. If he has so much, he should give it out to the poor.
It's like throwing money in the bin, isn't it?
Yes.
Because it's not going to get one single thing out of it, other than the publicity of him doing it. So he'll get a little bit of, it's like throwing money in the bin.
The publicity he's getting is a shameful publicity. It's a publicity of a ridiculousness. It's a publicity that he does not practice what he preaches. It does not stand by the truth. And people should see this man as a joker and as a 419. I know, Ola, you are hearing me anywhere you are. I know this is your man, but it's a 419 pastor. We should call him what it is. so shameful.
All right. Well, thank you, Ajale Koko. I agree. It's just a ridiculousness. He stands no chance, so why do it at all? Especially a church leader. But there it is. That's how things happen in Nigeria. Let's go on to Vin, Ajale Koko, for reasons of time. And Vin, let's start you off there with the IPOB space. The Buhari administration asking that the international, their international allies, they confiscate IPOB assets. So there is some veracity to this, of course, because the designation of IPOB is an outlawed organization in Nigeria, and the international community acknowledges that it is a violent organization domestically. So if it's proscribed in Nigeria and the international community acknowledges it as being a violent organization, then surely they should look to target their source of funding, the way they are targeting the Russian oligarchs against Ukraine. So what are you making then of our Gabashew's plea, Vin?
Well, thank you, Woman, and good afternoon to all our listeners. This is here in Ghana. Well, you see, like yesterday, I spoke a little about this issue and what I feel that the United Kingdom intend doing to IPOB. You see, that particular this it is laughable that the government of Nigeria that proscribed IPOB as a terrorist group. IPOB had challenged them in court. They have refused to go to court to try that case. On what basis are you proscribing an organization that is only, agitating for the freedom of their people? How will you proscribe such an organization, a terrorist group? You see, so these are some of the things. Sometimes when I look at Nigerian environment, I see there are a lot of falsehood. People live in denial in Nigeria. People have refrained from speaking the truth, no matter what might happen. People have refused to speak the truth in Nigeria. These guys were not violent. They carry flags.
Which guys are not violent?
IPOB.
They are not violent.
They were not.
All right.
If you study them from the beginning, they were not violent. From the beginning, they were just killed, just like they killed the Lekki at the Lekki. That was how they were being treated. They carry flags, they rub them in the mud, they took them in the mud and bent them up there. When they gather to preach or to do exercises or to worship in the synagogue, they come there, arrest them, chase them, put them in detention and ransack. So many of them has been killed. So many of them have been illegally kidnapped, detained. There are some that you don't know where they are today. And I don't know if there is any law in the world that forbids you for your self-defense. In a situation where even if you are a constituted authority, the reason why things did not happen after the election of Donald Trump, you saw how people were wielding weapons all over. It is because of these things. It is because of these things. This killing, this unnecessary, arbitrary killing by the government, equipped security apparatuses in Nigeria. I know I was a member, but my conscience, I was doing whatever I was doing when I was in the system in line with my own conscience and morality. You understand? So you did not. You proceed when this man was about to go to court to at least prove to the world that he is not a terrorist group like the Nigerian government portrayed him. They came to his house and almost killed him. If they killed him that time, what will happen today? The same thing they did to Igbo. Because of what Igbo did, they went there not just to arrest him, they went there to murder him. And luckily for them, these two guys, like the proverbial cat with 7 lives, they escaped the onslaught of these people. Is it not a shame to a well-organized people that say they are well-organized security outfit? You went in to go and kill someone and the person escaped from your midst. Is it not a shame? That has also tarnished the image of the, and because of what they did, these people, ran away. You went over there, you come. You see, for this, UK is trying to play, I day here, I know they here. That is what the UK is planning, and because of the economic interest they have, the vested economic interest they have in Nigeria, that is it. I told you people that if you go and check all these Commonwealth countries, go and check how much they contribute to the Commonwealth organization. They pay just like they pay in the United Nations on yearly basis. Who is keeping the money? It is United Kingdom. They are using that money to do whatever they just the same thing with the France. So they don't want to let go, leave their hold, their stronghold on these people. So whatever the country does, they stand to protect it. That is what I see.
Just going back to the call to seize the assets of the IPOB and their sponsors, it is designated, whether you agree with the designation or not, it is designated as a terror organization within Nigeria. So off the back of that designation, it is legitimate then for the Nigerian government to require to plead with their international allies to support that designation by seizing the asset of the organization, especially their broadcasting portals, and of course to go after their funders to seize their assets and cut them off at the finances. I think that's a legitimate thing that to do.
Legitimate by the federal government, right?
Yes.
That is why I tell you that people in Nigeria live in denial, even those that are educated and those that are not educated. How long did it take them? How long was Nigerian government, federal government, were they the people that proscribed Boko Haram? Were they people they supported and harbored? The lion they kept.
But in terms of IPOB,
no, I'm coming.
The argument, though, whether you agree with the base of it, the follow through of it, you cannot disagree. They've designated IPOB as a proscribed organization and a terror group, and off the back of that designation, they are asking for international support because IPOB is essentially based outside of the shores of Nigeria. So they are asking the international community, the United Kingdom especially, and other Western allies to shut down their broadcasting capacity, seize the asset of the organization, and seize the assets of their funders. Those are legitimate requests by the Nigerian government.
Okay, if it is legislated under the law of Nigeria, I think Nigeria will not, Nigeria is not an island of its own. They have to work with, with the law, with the international standard, and the international standard that this IPOB is, benefiting from, is that in UK that organization is registered. They are registered there, and that is why they came out the other day to tell the world and Nigerians, those that are peddling like the TVC, like Channels TV. In fact, most of us in this platform that day, that peddled that issues that day, to tell them that it was inaccurate, that UK, under no circumstances, has ever recognized IPOB as a terrorist organization. But they told you, like I always say, when people begin, there are things we do as military operatives and or security operatives. I can infiltrate your place, send people, pay them, and they will come to your village. That thing that you said that you are doing, one man, I will give people money because I have the state, I have the finance.
Are you still holding on to that narrative that is
Of course, my brother, I still, because these people
even the Easterners have abandoned that position.
No, listen, because you have not arrested anybody that you said these are the people that are doing this thing. Most of the things you hear is fabrications. That is what an IPOB, command will come and tell you that these people that you are arresting are not ours. They are not our people. And when they say even the politicians,
is that not what I is on? Sorry,
like Hope Uzodinma came out.
Hold on, leave Hope Uzodinma. Is that not the expectation that IPOB would distance themselves from the people arrested? That they are not part of us? Do you expect them to admit that they are part of them?
Of course, but Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, before he was, extraordinary rendition to Nigeria, said that he set up ESN to protect their land, their ancestral land in the bushes. He said that. He never denied that one. But he also came out and told you that the unknown gunmen, that although he is not, I don't know them, he don't know them, he doesn't know where they are, who they are, who they are operating, he made this categorically clear. He is not. Okay, and if he is, he will come out and tell you that yes, I said it. Even said most of his quotes when he broadcast, he will tell you, cut it and go and paste it that I said so. So why will he deny it?
Do you expect that IPOB would own up to atrocities, even if they are responsible for it? Do you think they would own up to it, atrocities, killing people?
If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will stay on Radio Biafra and told the world that what I am saying today, cut it and paste it, take me to ICC, do you think that he will not take charge?
Mr. Bean.
Yes, sir.
That doesn't rhyme with logic.
Mr. Bean, since the Kanu said he doesn't know no government, he created ESN to go after the people killing their people. Why are we not seeing ESN going after the unknown government ever since?
That is not their duty. It is the duty of the police, the security on the ground to go after them. What constitutional mandate has ESN?
Sorry, I don't think you listened to the question that World Peace is putting to you. He said, Nnamdi Kanu said he created ESN to go after the people that are killing his people. So why are ESN not now going after
in the bushes? Let's get this clear. So those that are occupied their land and prevent their people from going to farms.
Mr. Bean. So yes. People, the Igbos that are in the town, their life is worthless. So
those ones are the responsibility of Nigeria.
The government of the day, they have government. Those same people that refuse, just like what Ametoku did. Ametoku, when there were vacuum attacks everywhere, what did the politicians do?
You have not answered my question. You are very intelligent.
I'm coming to your question. But the more you interject, the more you make me lose my thought. You see, just like they did over there, why did the politicians in Southeast created that vacuum? And their people were being killed, they could no longer go to their farms, attend to their farms. And it got too much that these young girls were not spared. Old women were not spared. These people were destroyed, their life was destroyed, some of them their body mutilated. Then he said, no, I cannot sit here and watch this thing happen. And he said these people over there, which he has, said, yes, I did it. So when these other people came, the people, like I told you, one man here, I always hammer on this thing because this thing is a clique that you will use to get the people that are doing those things in the towns where you have an executive government and security operatives.
Your explanation has been long. I just asked a simple question and you not answer my question. Let me ask again. What
I told you, asked me, you asked me the people that are in the town.
Hold on, let me ask you.
I told you, I answered you. Listen now. I told you. You say I'm not answering you. This is why I want to. I'm
okay, let me ask you.
I told you. I said their life is as good as any other person in the world. But you have constituted authorities in those places that are taking care of them. They have to take care of them and get these people arrested so that we will
Hold on. Let me
stop
ask you.
apportioning blames and
Let me ask
making
you.
flimsy
Let me ask you
allegations
on
on
that one
people that
now.
you don't even know have
Let me ask you
any
that question now.
allegation or whatever
Let me
on.
ask you that question. When it comes to ASM, iPod, you people don't let other people to talk. Let me ask you another one. Metakun, you said.
But you ask me a question,
Hold
I'm
on
answering you.
now.
You are
Hold
telling
on.
me I'm not answering you. You are interjecting and so on. What are you
Hold
doing?
on now. Hold on. I just want you to answer me yes or no. I don't want explanation.
I cannot answer you yes or no. I'm not in an. I'm not running an objective question.
Okay. Amatekun was created by the state government under the state law, guided by the federal constitutional award.
Yeah, is it not the same thing I said?
No, hold on now. Was ESN created under the state law?
No, it
So
was
why?
not.
Okay,
Because that was the federal.
Hold on, he's
ask the
leading you
governors.
somewhere. That's why he's saying if you allow him to have a conversation with you, allow him to have a. Hold on. Can you hold on, please? Vin, allow World Peace to have a conversation with you. So go on, World Peace. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Vin, please let's talk. People are listening.
Don't worry, I've already addressed that. So just go to the conversation. Go to the conversation.
The question I asked, like, ESN was not created under the Constitution, and you already answered no. So does ESN have the right to protect the forest?
Yes, they have the right to protect the forest.
Who give them that right?
They have. You see, when you look at the self-defense, look, there are sequences, there are occasions that brings, keep on bringing most of this thing that we are talking about. If the executive governors, the so-called executive governor in the Southeast, I'm answering you, did what the Southwest governors did, you will not hear people like Mazin Namdo coming in. I would like to ask you what piece. If in your place, let me tell you, the time when that man brought that certificate of recognition in your place, did you allow him to stay there?
No.
So what constitutional right? What constitutional right did you have to chase him out?
Okay, it was the people, was not the group, not group.
No, you've not answered me.
Hold on now.
You not answered me.
You will not answer my question for me now.
Listen. I want to ask you a question before. I answered your question, and I want to ask you a question. The time when that man brought that certificate, we watched when he presented it in the airport. Why did you have the constitutional right?
Yes, the monarch went after him.
Listen now.
Wait now, I answer you now. Let me answer you now. The monarch, first of all, came out with the publication, and the state government distanced themselves. Is there that for the people?
So when the state government distanced themselves, it was the right of the people now to chase him out.
Yeah, people move or harm.
People move, so you don't have constituted authority that can chase him out or ask him to go.
That's people, not group.
So the same thing that is happening in the Mazin Namdo Kanu is a person.
Hold on now. We're intelligent. You do not hear those junior group going after these people presenting certificate. It was people, mob action. People just came out.
And you encourage mob action, right?
People just came out, not group, not a certain group, not the XYZ of the Benin Kingdom. No, just people came out. That is self-defense. Igbo people can come out like that. That is self-defense. Everybody have right to self-defense. I believe you know that. But time you become a group, you create a group, you become a militia, and that time they can prescribe you anything. And when they prescribe you, don't cry. You don't want to law.
I've heard you. I heard the plot, then I heard you. You've made your point. You see, let me ask you one thing. So a mob action is considered legal under your own view?
A mob action that don't take a life is not illegal. I think
Who told you?
Who
told you about that?
People
have a mob action.
People have the right to demonstrate.
Yeah, you said mob. There is something. There is mob action.
That is mob action. I think that much you're not causing violence, you're not destroying the peace of the people.
So I ask you again, what is the fundamental human right of every Nigerian?
They have the right to protest what is going on in their state. They don't like it. Like it's going on in Benin right now. They are protesting ASU strike. It's not even happening in the east.
That is what I'm telling you as well. What is good for the goose is also good for the gander.
Yes, Igbo should protest, not Ipob. You can say my English, not Ipob.
Didn't they protest? Were you not here when they were protesting and they were being shot at, killed? Were you not here? What did you say that time?
Where they were shot? Where? I don't know. They're telling me
at Tumpo, they were killed. In Aba, they were killed. In Anambra, they were shot.
I'm listening to you.
These are the videos that they have taken to ICC. Unless you say you are pretending that you have not seen them.
No, wait, hold on. I said,
and they are not fabrications. When you subject people to such inhuman, treatment, and you want them to sit down and begin to watch you, and the politicians that are supposed to protect life and property in that space, refuse to do so, leaving that vacuum. So you want their people to be killed,
let me ask you one question.
They will tell them, "Oh,
let me ask you a question now. Please allow me to ask you a question. You said, thank you. Just told me that they killed people protesting in the east, and they took it to work the ICCC or IIC, I don't know how I call it. So who people took it? Is it just people? Is it Igbo as group, as in tribe that took the case to international court, or Ipob that took the case to international court?
It is the IPOB leadership that took it to international court.
IPOB leadership.
Yes.
And you're saying this in the
So public. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that?
Okay, nothing wrong. Thank you.
So what's this conversation? I don't know what conversation.
I don't know where the conversation is going.
Let me tell you something.
Blackface, hold on. There is something we do. There is something we do here. There is something we do here. When we come out here and we want to address issues, we play the politics of convenience. I told you right now that people, in fact, the people that march with dogs in Edo State, the people, I don't want to mention where they come from, that march with dogs and cutlasses in Edo State, what did they do to them?
March with dogs.
Then you tell me it's a mob action. Mob action is lawful in your eyes and in the eyes of the Constitution. Let me continue. Let me continue.
Let's continue because I gave that conversation.
Yeah, but that conversation.
Hold on. I gave it as.
Black don't worry me.
Can you hold on?
Don't worry me.
It's world peace, not black peace. I gave that conversation as much latitude as I could, but nothing came out of it. Nothing came out of that conversation.
Yeah, because V didn't allow it to land.
No, because you were leading
there
him.
Is nothing, there is nothing I would allow
you were leading him and you were not landing. So I was waiting for you to land, but you did not land.
Yes, it doesn't land. It doesn't. Hold on, Vin. It doesn't allow me to land. Okay, fine. Let me just finish my point. First of all, I'm not saying anything anymore.
Let's move on. When you start, when you get your time, then you continue.
No, I know it's finished. It's finished. Let me just tell you, and it's finished. UN does not listen to a group; they listen to a state. At least I studied book rich like that. So if Ipob should take it there, it's fine. No problem. So the world can hear. It's okay. We can move on to the next.
All right, but I thought it was going to go in a direction, but it didn't go anywhere really that I saw. But that maybe I didn't understand what was being said. But let me take you from that space to another point. Still staying with the East and Uwazuriake, of course. He, as you know, Vin endorsed Yaya Bello. Southeast leaders summon him. So, what do you think then is going to come out of that conversation? The Eastern leaders summoned Uwazuriake to come and ask why he's not on board with the Igbo presidency project.
Thank you so much, one man. Like we said here, it is your constitutional right to choose which party you will go into and who to vote and who not to vote. That is your right. That is your right. What Uwazuriake did there, in my own opinion, I don't think it is wrong. But in Nigeria, like I always say, people practice the politics of convenience. What he is looking for is an avenue where he's going to get money. Where Belle face, that is what Uwazuriake is. Where Belle face. So I am not surprised. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu consistently in the past accused him of collecting money from those that he was fighting against to build hotels and so on and so forth, to live large, abandoning that cause. And we have had information on how he was visited by some of the Igbo elite, just like the way they are visiting Mazen Nnamdi Kanu right now. Eventually, he dropped his agitation. So I take his utterances and behavior, pronouncements, statements with a pinch of salt. So he has no respect. I don't have respect for him because of what he has done. So whatever he wants to do,
but it was Nnamdi Kanu's boss now. Is it not Nnamdi Kanu's boss?
Of course. But do you know what he did to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu ran away? When Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was telling him this thing you are
going
to
not fight over money. It was fight over money, isn't it?
I
Kanu wanted more share of the money.
I had a series of discussions about this particular issue. It was not money. People say it was power tussle. People say it's money. It was none of the above. It was none of the above. That man, betrayed that organization he was leading as at that time. He compromised his ideology of Mossad, the principle of Mossad, and that was why that problem came in. It was not as a result of money or power tussle. So as for him there, we all know him that he is where belly face, money goes. So for him to go there and supporting that, therefore, the Ohanese and they were calling him is just making him look responsible, or try to portray him as somebody that they can talk to, or somebody that has that political clout in the Southeast. I don't see him having that political clout. He cannot mobilize anybody. Who is he going to mobilize? So what he's doing there is just to go and get more money for himself, then add to what he has collected when he deviated from the cause of Mossad. That's what I would say about him. Ohanese and Igbo should just let that man go and focus on what, if at all, that they have any agenda.
In other words, is Sabo, right?
Of course, he is a saboteur. In my own opinion,
we expect ESN to go for him soon.
How can ESN go for him? ESN, I told you, ESN.
Okay, listen, no government.
Listen,
okay, no government.
I don't know why ESN is always too sweet in your mouth to call. You see, what I will tell you, ESN is in the bush, and he also said that the bush protecting. It is the duty of the government, the constituted authority, to go after those people that are committing this heinous crime in the name of UGM. Let them go after them. Don't they have the security, the intelligence, capability to arrest them, or are they too compromised? These are the questions that if somebody came very close to a government house and ransacked the whole place. There are CCTV, powerful HD CCTV that can video everything, even a pin on the ground. You say you don't know them, and you cannot release that CCTV footage. And you keep on blaming ESN and IPOB and this and that. I don't quite get that. That is my own opinion on this Uwazuriake issue.
All right, thank you, Vane. So let me take you to let me have you react. Have you seen the video clip of how the Igbo monarchs were made to sit on the floor?
Yes, that's right.
A lot of people recoiling from it. Adele Koko addressed it, and he said, really, the protocol officer for the governor that organized the event, that he should get a lot of the blame. And we concluded that the senior monarchs would not turn up at an event that they are not invited. So almost certainly they were invited, but then they were shut out at the door and made to sit outside. So he blamed the protocol officer. But do the monarchs get equal blame with all the regalia of their authority, sit on the bare floor like guards? So what are you then making then of this rather embarrassing show that we saw in Abakaliki?
One man, you see how they laugh? I just laugh. You see, my brother, yes, when a president, like when we were there, when a president is visiting, let's say like Lagos, they have the protocol officer have they have so a number of lists, the list of number of people that will be in the same or auditorium with the president. Just like, let me use the president as in the case of President Buhari. There must be a protocol list, and you must be invited before you are allowed to go into that hall. If you are invited, you might not be the VIP, one of the VIPs. Those people that entered into that place with the president are the VIPs. There are invited guests. But what happens is that did Dave Umahi provided space for these invited guests to stay as long as they are not members of the VIP? He did not. The required number of people they needed, then they went in and this place was shut. And for me, if I'm one of those traditional heads, once the door is shut, my brother, I will go home.
Yes, that's where they failed. That is where they failed. How can you, with the regalia of ancestry, sit on the floor like the driver? You're not the driver. These are people that are meant to be sitting on the high table, and you are sitting on the floor outside. I think they were waiting to collect. They were waiting to collect.
Most of them have their golden stools where they sit on. Then you come there, they shut the door at you. Then you come outside and sit on the floor. Are they mad? They just ridicule the stool that they are occupying. If I were them, the best thing they could have done is just to leave and go home, and later trash it out with the government, with the governor. But you know one thing, this is not the first time such thing has happened. You remember the address Wike gave to the
he gave them a dressing down. Now he gave them a dressing down. when he gathered them to sit in front of him, and then he stood on a rostrum and he was lambasting them. The traditional stool is lost all its respect in Nigeria.
You see, the day they give an elected governor the right to dethrone or to destool a traditional leader was the day they destroyed that institution. So whatever they do now, they are answerable to the governor. If you are not playing the way you should be, they will dethrone you. That is what they have done. And that thing has caused a lot of problems. So all of them is now playing the game of notice me. The governor likes me. I don't want to do something that the governor will not like, so that I will not be dethroned. You see, these are some of the things that is going on in that place. Every system of that country has been bastardized. No one has a say. Even you and I. The reason why you and I are talking the way we are talking here is because we are not within this space. If you are within this space, Massa, what they could have done to us now, it's never imagined. So as for me, what they did, they are sitting down on the ground. Makes no sense to me. It's further ridiculed their existence as traditional leaders. For me,
the first blame goes to the protocol officer.
Yes,
but a good number of the blame, it then goes to the traditional rulers.
If the protocol officer refuses you entry, if the protocol officer refuses you entry, will you also refuse yourself?
Yes, go home now.
Go home.
Protect your dignity. Make a dignified exit.
Than sitting down on the floor
around waiting for a brown envelope.
Sitting down on the floor as if you are in the villages those days where there is no school and people are sitting down around the trees, under the trees to study. No, that is not. They didn't. In Ghana here we say, "Oh, my dear, you didn't try well. You didn't try well."
Oh, all right, brilliant. So thank you, Vin. So you didn't try well. So that's a good spot to leave it. You tried well, but the monarchs did not try well. A plague on both their houses. The first flogging to the protocol officer, but finger wagging at the monarchs who just sat on the floor. They have to go to their community to explain what they explain themselves. But thank you, Vin. So we've come to the 2-hour mark, and of course, you know what that means. We start to round off here. So a pleasure in your company as always, gentlemen. Hopefully you are free in the evening. Then we'll reconvene to carry on the conversation. So I'll leave it here. Carry the conversation on within the comment section. But here I say peace.
Bye bye, bro. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.